point being is this. The United States is under new management, and President Trump delivered a mandate and a promise, not just to the people of America, but to the people of the world, that the Third World War has been canceled, that it will not occur on his watch, and that he is going to put this down. Now, we know that Keith Kellogg's plan was leaked days ago. We're not sure exactly who it leaked. It may have been from the Ukrainian side, but it includes a phased series of talks and series of negotiations, not just between President Trump, Zelensky, and Putin, but between Putin and Zelensky directly. So that's going to come out, and we've seen this first negotiation platform come in. But look, Steve, tie it back to the budget deal, tie it back to the spending, tie it back to everything that's going on. You want to cut spending and discretionary? The biggest line item that you can find is the Ukraine war. That's where we can cut we can cut the appropriation, we can cut spending immediately day one. And so, of course, what are you going to hear? You're going to hear the war lobby come back in saying they're going to say, whoa, yeah, we're going to end the war, but that doesn't mean we have to end the weapons shipments, right? That's going to be the next play. So the next play that the MAGA posse needs to watch out for, when you're seeing these guys go up there and they're lobbying for all this, they're going to say, oh, we need to secure the peace. We need to secure the peace. And securing the peace means more bombs, more bullets, more drones, more tanks for Zelensky. That's going to be the next piece of it, that you got to pay the money. The American taxpayer has to pay it. And you know something? I think the War Room posse would agree with me when I say the American taxpayer is tapped out.
No, and particularly they want the rebuilding, all of it. Here's the negotiating strategy. We're out. Just tell Zelensky, we're out, and then let's negotiate. We're out. No money, no troops, no commitment, no focus. Jax, I want you to say this one more time about the Third World War. President Trump and the MAGA movement is doing what to the Third World War right now by acting so tough and so focused?
It's canceled. The Third World War is canceled. So there's not going to be a proxy war that turns into a hot war. There's not going to be this NATO coming in and Russia invades Poland and triggers Article 5 and all this nonsense. And then you got the Bosphorus being opened up by NATO forces and putting pressure on Turkey to do that and come up through the Bosphorus and the Dardanelles through the Black Sea. No. We're not doing it. We're not going down that road. The American people, which, by the way, was the road. We were on the road to nuclear escalation under Biden. And Kamala Harris, who was the same Kamala Harris that spoke at the Munich Security Conference in 2022 that kicked off all of this, would easily have put us on the same path. Why? Because she would have outsourced it to all the people who lost their security clearances over the weekend, like Tony Blinken and Jake Sullivan and all the rest of them, because those were the ones that were running U.S. foreign policy. And by the way, Samantha Power, I'm very sorry about your USAID funding getting completely dried up, because, Steve, that's the other piece of this, is that USAID was funding so much of the propaganda, not just in Ukraine, but all across Europe. And so there's a series, one of the other legs of the stool here is that there are a series of elections, presidential elections. You got Poland coming up in a couple of months in May. You've got Romania after they canceled. The Supreme Court came in and canceled the election. They say, whoa, this guy got too many TikTok retweets and likes and all the rest and shares. So they canceled their election. Now all of the left-wing media, the left-wing outlets in those countries is falling because their funding is all dried up the minute that they turned off USAID and President Trump went after us. I wonder why it was that all the left-wing media in Europe was being propped up by U.S. taxpayer dollars. And that's why, and I know that Carrie Lake is going to be coming in on the Voice of America side. She's going to be there for Radio Free Europe and the rest of it. I think she should absolutely turn that into a pro-America bastion of freedom and prosperity and the nation state around the entire world.